day traders, welcome back to another Fides Flows video. Today is the 11th of August 2025. It is a lovely Monday, and if you're new to the channel, in these Fides Flows videos I do a deep dive into the price actions and fundamentals behind gold, Nas100 and Us30, giving you a clear roadmap for the trading day ahead. Using high time frame technical analysis, I identify key zones, momentum shift and trend structures, then combine that with real-time macroeconomic drivers like interest rates, inflation data, and market sentiment. So whether you're a swing trader or day trader, this breakdown helps you understand what's really moving these markets and where high probability setups might form. We're starting with gold, and we are currently on the 1 hour chart. Let's switch to 4 hour and see what's happening. So gold currently trading at 3354 and is currently in a bit of a bearish trend as the bears step back in at the opening of the week. We can see that price had tested the 3,400 level before the bears stepped in during the Asian session and firmly pushed this market lower. We can see there's strong bearish momentum here on the 4 hour chart. Per the candlestick analysis, we can see strong bearish candles, full body bearish candles currently at play. That being said, price is still trading above the 200 SMA and is currently testing the 21 and 50 day SMA. In terms of the RSI, we are in that bearish region of the RSI, which does give rise to the idea that the bears could actually push this market below the 3350 pivot level that we see here in orange. So let's drop into a lower chart. Let's drop into the 1 hour and see what we can observe. I do apologize, my internet is a bit slow today. But yeah, taking a look at the 1 hour chart, we can see how the bears have stepped in and they've broken price action structure here at 3381. Markets pushing below that level gave rise to the bearish trend, with price now trading below the 21 and 50 day moving average on the 1 hour chart and is currently testing the 200 day moving average. Now the bears do seem to have firm control as we are trading in the bearish region of the RSI below the 45 level here. And we are fast approaching that pivot zone at 3351, and we will need to wait to see how price reacts to that. We can see we've marked out Asian lows for the day, and we have Asian highs at 3390 with Asian lows at 3357. Price was initially holding above the 3360 level, and it seems that during this particular hour, the markets have continued its bearish trend towards the downside. So as it stands, the markets are in a bit of a flux because per the 4 hour perspective, we do have the potential for price to actually reverse and continue to the upside. Whereas on the 1 hour perspective, the bears are in firm control. So in terms of directionality, these are two conflicting ideas and there isn't much alignment right now, but we can see that per the 4 hour perspective, the bears do seem to be making their mark, and it comes down to seeing how price reacts to this 3350 pivot level before determining a decisive course of action. So I will be waiting to see how price reacts to this particular level. Now, what I'm looking for is if price breaks below, I'm going to be taking short positions all the way down to the 3301 position. If price actually breaks above the structural levels that we can see here at 3364, firm break above, firm break and close on the 1 hour time frame, then I know the bulls are still at play and I'll be looking to take long positions. But I do have a lot of chop here with liquidity zones at 3377 and 3381. But if price continues higher, then I could be getting gains up to the 3400 level. So that's gold. Also just noting that futures price for gold is currently at 3412, which is nearly a 60-point difference, which is down from last week's 100-point difference on Friday. Taking a look at US Tech, we are on the 4 hour chart, and US Tech continues to hold its bullish stance in the market, and wouldn't say it's creating new highs, but it is definitely testing those highs, especially at the pivot zone of 23680. So we can see on the 4-hour chart, we do have some bullish market structure with higher lows and higher highs being created, price trading above the 21 and 50-day moving average, and in the bullish region of the RSI above the 55 zone. We are fast approaching that resistance zone at 23,680, and we'll need to see how price reacts to that particular level. On the 1-hour chart, waiting for it to load, of course. On the 1-hour chart, we can see Asian highs and Asian lows being created, and it is still respecting that pivot zone of 23,680, and markets have been moving sideways since the opening of the week. That being said, on the 1-hour chart, price is still trading above the 21 and 50-day moving average and the bullish region of the RSI above 55. So it is clear that the bulls are still in control. But in order to break this massive pivot zone, I do feel that there needs to be some sort of liquidity collection that needs to take place. And I'll be looking at the 23560 level, or potentially all the way down to the support at 23400, which is where the support trend line is laying, and within that 21 and 50-day space. And getting a push from there, as well as within the sweet spot region, I think would make more sense long term for Nas100. Taking a look at US30. US30 has been very choppy, and I've been staying out of it as of recently. Currently trading at 44,315. Markets had a strong push to the downside towards the end of July, and then beginning of August had a strong push to the upside, and is now seemingly settling within this particular zone between 43900 and 44500. So just waiting to see what happens with this market. But because of the volatile moves, as we can see here on the 1-hour chart, very difficult to trade for swing trades and intraday trades because, no firm market directionality has been established. And this is compounded by the fact that price is trading upon the 21 and 50-day moving average, and recently within the sweet spot region of the RSI on the 4-hour chart. So I will be waiting for firm directionality to be established on the 4-hour before I look to actually take trades within this market. Moving on to the VIX index, we can see that VIX is trading at 15.54. VIX is also very choppy at the moment, but has been making some downside trends, which means that indices are gaining an advantage with risk on positions, while gold is depleting, means is moving bearish. So that's what this indicates for me at this current moment in time. So we are in risk on territory, but I do believe that fundamental news releases are going to be the pinnacle momentum movers of markets in the coming days, especially Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, with news releases for CPI, PPI, and retail sales. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Let's quickly take a look at the headlines that we have for gold. So tariff impact on gold market likely to be limited. Interesting. So it means that tariffs might not affect gold as much as we think. Gold futures pair gains on US tariff uncertainty. That makes sense. Sovereign gold bonds due for premature redemption on 11th of August. Gold falls on easing geopolitical tensions. Okay, so geopolitical tensions are easing. Definitely read up on the wars over there. Gold edges lower mixed signals on possible US tariffs. Okay, so definitely some great headlines to take a look at there. In terms of Nas100, what are we looking at here? Waiting on CPI, China and Alaska. Wall Street futures steady. Chip stock slip on China sales deal. Individual investors. Okay, so these were 2 days ago. So that is pretty much the market analysis for today. If you enjoyed that video, please like and subscribe and let me know what you'd like to see more of in the future. As always, this is not financial advice, but my personal opinion on the current state of the markets. Before taking any positions in these markets, make sure to do your own research first. With that, happy hunting today, traders, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.